To write a work of genius is almost always a feat of prodigious difficulty. Everything is against the likelihood that it will come from the writer's mind whole and entire. Generally, material circumstances are against it. Dogs will bark, people will interrupt, money must be made, health will break down. But for women, these difficulties were more formidable. To have a room of her own, let alone a quiet room or a soundproof room, is out of the question. I do not have my own room, and as a creator working in multiple formats every day, that can be a real challenge. I just want to show you what my workspace looks like and explain why it is the way it is, and then share a few ways that I'm actually able to get things done with such nebulous personal space. And I hope that if you're dealing with some of the same kinds of issues, maybe this will help you out too. Here is where I do most of my work. And here, and here, and here, and here. Okay, I work pretty much all over the place, but I store all of my papers and equipment here. And here. And here, and here, and here. When we first moved into this house, we had this idea that my husband and I would share a workspace, and we'd do that for a couple of years until our son moved out of the house, and then I'd move into his room and we would both have our own personal space. That plan fell apart almost immediately. The space just wasn't big enough for everything we wanted it to be, which was a workspace for two people, plus a room that could be easily converted into a guest bedroom when we had friends or family staying. Plus, we realized my husband and I have very different conceptions of what makes for a productive and inspiring workspace. I want an ergonomic laptop setup, easy access to my books, plenty of greenery, and at least one plain white wall to use as a photography and filming backdrop. He's a software architect who likes to have a big desk, lots of monitor real estate, and a busy backdrop of his favorite collectibles. My work is also more mobile than his. I like to move around with the light, go outside when the weather's nice, and split my time between hands-on tasks and laptop work. He spends a huge chunk of each day in conference calls and Zoom meetings, and he spends the rest of it glued to his screen coding. Our needs for privacy and functionality and decor were mutually exclusive. So I gave him the room, and I was left with, well, this. I'm not going to say that my situation is as difficult as it could be. I don't have small children or roommates, and although space with a door that closes is at a bit of a premium in our house, we do have a fair amount of space. Plus, I have some strategies, and I hope that these are going to be what help you too if you're in a similar situation. First strategy, as often as possible, batch your tasks. This is especially true if you're an artist or maker who uses a lot of supplies and equipment. Be strategic about what you get out when, so you're not constantly having to get supplies out and put them away again when you need that same space to set up your computer or play a game or eat your dinner. Chances are you don't need to be spending all of your time painting or filming or spinning yarn. So if you're able to schedule those parts of your work for certain days of the week, that will save you a lot of effort. Second strategy, set some boundaries and expectations with the people that you live with. When I started this video, for example, I texted my family and just let them know that I was going to be filming in this room and I would appreciate it if they left me alone for about an hour, and then I would let them know when I was done. Third strategy, get creative. I know that you've probably seen a million articles and videos out there about how to turn a closet into an office. If you have the perfect closet that's just asking for a retrofit, sure, do that. But most of us don't have that. I just snuck a little table into our living room that I can use as a desk. I also commandeered a linen cabinet for storing my art supplies. Even something as simple as getting a pair of noise-canceling headphones can turn your imperfect workspace into something that's at least workable. Finally, remember that you're not alone. There are plenty of creatives who are living in small city apartments or houses that aren't big enough for their families, or just spaces that aren't set up perfectly for the kind of work that they're doing. There are lots of us struggling with this situation, and you can always find a kindred spirit. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can visit me at my website, fromjen.com. From there you can get to my Instagram and my Patreon and sign up for my monthly newsletter where I keep you up to date on everything that I've put out in the last several weeks. Until the next time I talk to you, I'm wishing you love and joy and all those good things, and I can't wait to see you again.